This one for WWE champions. Pay to win like every day, yeah.
I don't play mobile games.
Funny how they still think I'm a broke man.
Then I'm broke.
Even though I be pulling Hogan's. I spent like 40 grand on a couple thousand pictures of some sweaty men.
Ladies and gents, it's time for my final segment of the show today. So where do we begin? I guess we have to go back to where we left off earlier in the week. ReviewTechUSA has completely imploded. No exaggeration at this point. You know, I'm staying away from the guy. And the more I stay away, the worse and worse that situation is getting over there. All right? And you might say, well, what are you talking about? Last time that you talked about this guy, he took the bait from Keemstar. Keemstar apparently had like an ex-girlfriend of his on the show who was talking junk about him, and then he was trying to disprove and say, no, she's exaggerating, and this is nonsense, and it's not true. And basically, he had an interaction with Keemstar, but basically, he's taking the bait. He's doing everything wrong. So if you remember, this was several days ago, right? Probably like middle of last week. I had some advice for Rich, okay? The advice was as follows. Rich, take time off. Right now, everyone's on your case because you keep feeding them, right? You're giving people, you're feeding content. You understand? What you need to do is stop feeding the content. You need to take a break. He said he was going to take a break. He said he was going to, all right? But then he didn't. So I said, listen, you got to take a break. Take a month off. Regroup. Get yourself healthy. Get off the drugs, right? Stop it with the THC. You got to stop it because it's not healthy for you, and you're killing yourself here doing this, streaming like this every day. Think about some content you actually want to make. That's not just me streaming and watching other people's drama content about me. It has to be something positive or fun or constructive or interesting. It has to be something that's going to lead to something other than you sitting there high, whining that everyone's making fun of you and you failing to debunk anything they're saying, right? So that was the advice I gave Rich. I was really hoping he would take the advice, that he could come back in a month and all of this would have blown over. In a month, if he's not there, no one's going to keep making fun of the guy. They're going to eventually get bored of it. They're going to move on to other topics, and he won't be the hot topic to make fun of anymore, and he'll recover. But instead, he keeps providing himself as the target every night by streaming more and more while high and saying and doing more dumb shit every single time he does it, right? He did not at all listen to me. He's done the opposite. He's doubled down. Every night he's streaming and he's coping and he's seething. He's watching videos of people making fun of him, people who are saying they have grievances against him. He's trying to debunk and he's failing miserably. All right? He really is. It's sad because here's the thing. The whole Keemstar thing with, oh, I got one of your exes or whatever on the show, maybe it is bullshit. Maybe it is over-exaggerated. And if he had just ignored it, it wouldn't have mattered. But the fact that he literally took the bait and every day now is more drama content is hilariously bad. It's just like, it's like, when will this end? It's like, how could it end at this point? Oh, by the way, thank you, Perry the White. 5 gifted memberships. Perry just gifted 5 memberships to the community over on Kick. And that is amazing. That gets us about 25 bucks of support this morning. Thank you so much, Perry. Hope you guys enjoy him over there. Thank you so much. All right. Excellent. So, the point I'm making here is, what Rich needs to do is disconnect and it'll all blow over. Instead, by doubling down, he's just making himself public enemy and target number 1. So, just to give you some perspective of some of the stuff that's been going on. So, first, there's this whole, oh, he has a mistress or multiple mistresses. We're talking about him and his history with them from the past. That's number 1, okay? Then, the other night, he's doing a stream where he's reacting to some other YouTuber. I don't know if it's a VTuber or whatever, but someone who did like a gripe stream with him, like dumping on him for like a while, and he's reacting live to it, okay? As he's reacting live to this stream, he somehow gets on the line with Tipster. Who, people who don't know who Tipster is, he's a YouTuber who also just constantly covers drama stuff. He's talked about me very briefly in the past. He doesn't usually cover me, but he covers a lot of the common drama stuff, okay? I guess these guys don't like each other. I have no idea what their history is. But you got to listen and hear to this story. Are you ready for this? He's on the line with Tipster. And Tipster is basically ripping him a new one saying, why would you delete your entire ReviewTechUSA channel? That's a channel that your fans for the longest time watched and enjoyed. And you have to understand that let's say you're even only making around $600 a month on this channel ad revenue, as you have said you are, Rich. That's still not a reason to terminate it. Even if you're ashamed of your past, leave it as an archive for your fans to see later, right? So Rich says, well, there's a valid reason, a very perfectly justifiable reason why I deleted the channel, but I'm not going to talk about it publicly. I'll type it to you in this Discord chat right here. Okay, but don't tell anyone. I swear you better not. And Tipster says, all right, type it to me and let me see it. And I swear I won't share it. So Rich types a message and Tipster responds, all right, well, even if that's true, blah, blah, blah. And they go back and forth. They get at each other's throats. Okay. It seems like Tipster has moved on from the topic. Like, okay, maybe whatever Rich typed in the Discord chat actually was a valid reason why he would delete the channel. Now, I can't think of one. All right. As Rich is on his stream, he is switching screens. And as he's switching screens, he puts on the screen on his stream the message he wrote to Tipster. The super secret message he should never reveal to the internet. He shows it on screen. So now everyone reads it and they're like, what the? I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? That this guy should not be streaming when high? Like, I make some faux pas. You know, I've opened the screen here accidentally and, oh, my DMs are open. But do you see anything in them? There's nothing there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any, like, super secret information. If you literally just said to someone, this is so secret, don't tell anyone, be sure not to fucking put that on your stream 5 minutes later. But he's so high, he can't operate the stream. You see? He just can't. So he immediately, so what does it say? He says to Tipster that his ReviewTechUSA channel was flagged for invalid click activity. All right? Now, what does that mean? Well, I can tell you, but I can only tell you from a perspective of 14 years ago. Because 14 years ago, I also was affected by this, okay? When I was an early YouTuber, I did not even have monetization on my DSPGaming channel at all, all right? I had monetization only on my vlogging channel, which was called the King of Hate HD back then. I don't even have that channel anymore. It doesn't exist, okay? And so that channel was tied to an AdSense account. Now, here's what happened. I was a YouTuber for about 2 years, making all these gameplay videos, making no money on them. I, every once in a while, would get a little bit of support via, like, people watching my vlogging channels, okay? Because that was monetized. But it was, like, maybe $200 a month, right? It was, like, nothing, pittance compared to the money I was spending on games and stuff for the gaming channel. So that was it. Now, all of a sudden, after 2 years of me making content and people liking my content and rooting for me, I get laid off from my office job, which is my source of income. Now, I don't even know how I'm going to make ends meet. How am I going to pay for my condo? How am I going to pay for all the loans and the debt that I have in my name? I'm kind of screwed. So I basically, the day that I got laid off, I came home and I did this heartfelt video to the internet about my feelings, that was what was going through my head at the time, and all of that. And let me tell you, my supporters rallied, right? They felt bad for me. They thought of me as the underdog. This is a guy who just puts in the blood, sweat, and tears to make this content for us. He's not getting paid for it. Let's support this guy. Within 1 month of me getting laid off from my job on YouTube, I made something like $12,000 via AdSense. But this happened on a channel, a vlogging channel, where I was only getting, you know, maybe 10, 20,000 views a video. How is someone who's making a few vlogs a week, getting 10, 20,000 views a video, making $12,000, right? Doesn't seem to make sense. So what ended up happening was that first month, everything was crazy. The next month, like halfway through the month, it was continuing. YouTube flagged me and said, sorry, we're suspending your AdSense for invalid click activity. This is insane, the amount of money you're making, okay? So basically, what they were accusing, well, not really accusing me of, but saying was happening was the amount of people going on videos and clicking on ads, which pays you a premium. was way out of proportion with the amount of views on the videos. It didn't make sense, right? So because of that, they were suspecting some kind of, abuse, and they suspended my AdSense. Now, over the years, that got cleaned up. I've been good and kosher with AdSense for so many years. No issues anymore, okay? But now, in 2024, Rich is saying to Tipster in a leaked DM, leaked it himself like a dummy, that his ReviewTechUSA channel was flagged for invalid click activity, all right? Now, I'm going to be honest with all of you. I don't believe him, okay? I don't. Because you have to understand something. Rich is my biggest fan and biggest stalker. Rich has known my history for many, many years. He knows all about the invalid click activity story from 2010. He's addressed it. He's made fun of me for it, saying that it was my fault, okay? So to him, if he's trying to find a reason to justify why he wants to delete his history, he knows that deleting that channel is harmful to his viewers and it pisses them off, right? So to him, this is the bullshit, the absolute bullshit story that I think he's contrived, right? I do. I believe he made it up. Now, this is my opinion. You can disagree and you can believe him. I don't believe this man. I think he knows from my history this is something that can happen, and he's fabricated it. Because the thing is, this is so silly to me. In 2010, this was an issue on YouTube, the invalid click activity thing. It's 2024. It's 14 years later. YouTube has completely changed the way the AdSense works. They have protections and things in place. What he's saying doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense at all. First of all, Rich isn't even well known enough. Rich isn't important enough to have someone do some kind of a crazy campaign against him that would cause this to happen, okay? In addition to that, why would he delete the channel? Let's say, for example, if the channel was flagged for invalid click activity, okay? So maybe it loses monetization. So what? Now, you could say, well, maybe he's afraid that he's going to lose monetization on his RTU streams channel, and that makes him money. He had said the original channel only makes him $600 a month. Maybe his streaming is where all his revenue's coming in, okay? What does his original Review Tech channel have to do with his RTU streams channel? If his channel got in trouble or whatever, right? It's not a big deal. He could have it monetized differently. Like, let me put it this way. There's ways around everything. And if his knee-jerk reaction was, oh, my channel got flagged for invalid click activity, delete the entire channel, what's to stop that from then happening on his stream channel? Right? It doesn't make sense. Him deleting the whole channel doesn't stop the ability to do what this apparently has happened already on one channel. So there's no logic there. Oh, I'm going to just delete the whole channel. No, it wouldn't fix anything. You could just do it on your next channel, right? And this is what I mean. I think he's full of shit. I really believe it's nonsense, and he made that up because he just wanted to erase his past. He doesn't want to be associated with the Review Tech name anymore because he doesn't review tech, and he's embarrassed with his failures. So over these years, right? Over these years, I feel like he now wants to start fresh, but he can't if his history is on the internet. So he wants to delete his history. So he did, but then he's getting shit for it. So now he's trying to make up every excuse under the sun to justify it and act like it's a big secret, when in reality, it's not a big secret. It's a bullshit story. I don't believe the story. To be honest, I don't. You maybe believe it. I don't. And by the way, some people have said, oh, well, it's botting. Botting doesn't do this. All botting could possibly do is maybe inflate your views. But even that doesn't stick. Like, for example, I know idiotic detractors have been trying to view bot me over this year. And all that happens is your views increase on your stream, but the views don't stick. They don't. You don't keep the views. You don't keep the inflated views. It just shows a higher view count on your stream, but you don't get increased ad revenue. You don't get those views. They don't stick. All it does is it shows you maybe like listing as more viewers on your stream temporarily, and then it goes away. I want you to think about this. You really believe that someone wrote a script for a bot that's so sophisticated that the bot is going to recognize specifically when there's a video ad playing on a video? It's then going to know specifically where to click on the video window to count it as an ad viewable click to pay for that click. I don't think anyone would have written a bot that sophisticated. It would have cost more money for the bot to be operating than you would have made on the ad click. You see what I'm saying? I don't believe this at all, okay? I just think it's absolutely silly. I think he made it up. But that's just my guess, and maybe I'm wrong. That's just me, you know, shooting out there and guessing stuff, okay? So anyway, this is what's been going on with Rich recently, okay? So yesterday, it's my day off, and I just, I'm browsing the internet, and I'm looking at stuff, and all of a sudden, oh my God, it's going down right now. You're never going to believe what's happening. You've got to check it out. What is going down? So I literally said, what's going down? Is it another story about another, person coming out talking about Rich's past and it's very embarrassing? Is it a story about how there's evidence now that he actually is clicking his own ads and that's why he's losing his AdSense or something? I was like, it's hard to keep track of what's going on with ReviewTech because he's got so much going on right now. Like the saying, you got skeletons in your closet. I feel like ReviewTech has a whole graveyard in his closet. Like, if he were to open his door, there'd be, like, decayed body zombies would be piling out, fucking werewolves, skeletons, vampires, mummies. The entire Halloween festival of creatures would come out of his closet at this point. This guy's got so much. And the question is, how in the holy hell did it take this long for all this stuff to start coming out? Right? It's wild to me that this all stayed under wraps all these years, all these drama hounds. And the best part about it all is Rich was the guy who called everyone else out for their skeletons. Get it? He was the one that would look at other people and make fun of them because their shit, their dirty laundry was getting aired. And now 10 years of him doing it, karma has hit him. It's all come to roost. And now the entire internet is looking at him. Right? So anyway, I'm hearing all this stuff. I gotta hear about the next thing. I was like, what do you mean? So is it about a person from his past? Is it the ad click thing? Oh no, Phil, it's not that. If you can believe it, he's had a leaked video of him having an accident. You've got to be joking me. You have got to be kidding me. The number one thing that this man has ragged on me for since 2016, right? The thing that he's had on the monitor behind him, on his screens, in his content for 8 years, that the thing that he actually sold merchandise. Are you aware of this? He took that moment from me, my embarrassing moment. He sold merchandise of it on the internet for profit. This is the lengths of this man, how far he goes to make a living. The scumbaggery that he practices, right? So now, after all of that, okay, going on, he's got his own version that is leaked on the internet. And I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me, right? So I'm thinking it's bullshit, right? I'm thinking this can't possibly be true. This can't possibly be real. This is maybe very similar to the situation with the person who says they had a relationship with him for 10 years. And he says, absolutely not. That's not what it was. It's like it's a gross over exaggeration or something. Right? There's no way this could possibly be what's actually going on. Right? So what does Rich do when this news hits the internet? What does he do? Do you think he says, well, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to say, all right, let's relax. I'll come back and regroup later. He jumps on a phone call with Keemstar.
And what about this other thing? One of these girls that you were flirting with or talking to, or however you want to describe it, you sent a video, an X-rated video to her.
No, I didn't. That is factually not true. I would never. You fucking out of your mind.
Rich,
I did not.
Rich, it's in the studio. You can clearly tell it's in the studio. It's not your face. Can't see your face, but it's you in the studio, and it's basically like a DSP incident moment going on.
I didn't send the video.
Come on.
That's not true.
Brother.
That's not true.
Brother. Come on.
It's not true. I did not send. It didn't. I absolutely didn't.
Brother. I know at least.
Why is he on this call? Why, again, why are you on the call? Why not take a moment to even regroup and figure out what's going on before you jump on a call to talk about it publicly? You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't even know what's happening with these allegations yet. He immediately just jumps on a call. The worst possible thing you can do. Not even assessing the situation or what's going on in the room. Just jump right on a call.
These 3 other people that have seen the video. They tried to send it to me, and I'm like, nope, I don't want it. Come on, bro.
I didn't send it. I do not. And name a fucking. I would love to see what woman who is on Twitter that I sent that to. I defy you to see to just do it.
Okay, so maybe you didn't send it. Okay, would it be possible that someone would have access to your phone and have a recording of you jerking it?
Why would someone have access to my phone?
Okay,
If
so
they
then
did, they broke it.
Did you see how his attitude immediately changed? You noticed that, right? So he went from outright denying that this ever existed to, wait a minute, why would someone have access to my phone? He just proved that it exists. He literally just proved it existed. Because his whole tone changed, everything. I mean, what an idiot. Again, why? He's blind. There's a difference between you were blindsided. Like, let's say he went on this show with Keem and had no idea what it was about, and then Keem hits him with a shocking question. Oh my God, it's a gotcha question. He's blindsided himself. He literally doesn't even know what is going to be discussed. He jumps on the call and he corners himself live.
Into my phone.
So then you have to have sent it. I'm not trying to gaslight you. I promise you. I'm telling you for a fact that there is a video floating around among all your detractors of you jerking it in the studio. Your face is not in it, but it's clearly your studio. It's clearly you.
You know what the thing is, too, I'll even say? Who gives a shit? That's the thing on top of it. Who cares?
But,
Who gives a
but
someone
this
broke into my phone?
He's going to say why in a second. He's going to say why people should care. And the reason that we're watching this because it has to do with me. Okay?
That's what happened here?
I don't
Maybe
know.
I was sending that to fucking Lauren. Maybe I was sending that so you broke into my phone?
FYI, Lauren is his ex-fiance, who he has a kid with, or multiple kids with. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know this man's personal business. I just know a very cursory understanding of it. But that's like his ex, who he still talks to, his baby mama, essentially, shares custody with the kids with her. Okay?
I don't know if someone broke into your phone. I'm just saying you're claiming you didn't send it.
Maybe that happens. That sounds like the most. Oh, dude, please stop.
Well, just hear me out for a second. Hear me out for a second.
That makes sense now. That makes sense. Because I have sent my kid's mom a video of my short dong.
And it gets worse.
And so the other day I saw a code saying that someone from Phoenix, Arizona, probably behind an IP address or a VPN, was trying to gain access to my phone.
You know what is strange? This is the second time you brought up
another one.
Okay.
Oh yes, I've sent her a picture of my short dong and me stroking it, and I am proud that I have.
Within moments, that was what, 20 seconds? That was probably 20 of the most painful seconds anyone could ever go through on the internet. Seriously. So just think about this. Within 20 seconds, he admits, not only did he do the deed, at first he said he didn't. Now he says he's done it. That's number one. Number two, he said he never sent it. Now he says he did send it. Okay, so now he admitted that. Number three, he's admitting that he still has this on his phone. I want you to think about that. This woman is his ex. Yes, they share custody of kids together, but he's not with this woman anymore. Why does he still have this video on his phone? What the hell? Imagine, like, has he saved everything he's ever had on his phone in history? Ever? Like, what is going on? Why would he still have it on there? You would get rid of it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's insanity. Absolutely insane what's going on right now. And he's all just admitting all of this within 20 seconds. And then he says, oh, I had a notice on my phone that someone from a VPN might have had access. So let me get this straight. You got a notice that someone via a VPN got access to your phone and you didn't do anything about it. You didn't change all your passwords. You didn't archive your content. If you knew something like that was on there, you didn't get rid of it. You just left everything as is and said, oh, well. But you know what? I believe that because this is Rich. This is the guy who he has to get high to even stream. So can you imagine him actually taking action about any notice he's ever received about anything? Like, there's been times when if I didn't take action, I would have been screwed. There was one time I got a notice, thanks for contacting us. Your power will be turned off on Monday. Now, imagine if I just said, I won't do anything about that. My power would have been turned off because it was my detractors reaching out to my phone company, socially engineering them and pretending to be me, telling them I wanted my power turned off. Okay? That's only one example. There's been tons of examples of things like this. Can you imagine? Seriously. Just ignoring something this big. Oh, someone has access to your phone via a VPN. I'll just ignore that. Hopefully it'll just blow over, right? There's nothing possibly on my phone that anyone could do anything with. What? So, I mean, serious, this is just insane at this point, right? It's wild. It's so ridiculous. But it continues. Now, I don't want to listen to the whole thing. Like, this is a giant 10-minute conversation. But I want to find, maybe we'll listen to the end because I think this is where it is. But basically, the whole reason this is coming up, because I'm involved in it, is the insane hypocrisy here. Okay, let's see if we can find it. If not, we'll skip to the end.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Okay, so here's the issue, right? You're missing the point. I don't believe you, by the way. I think you sent this video to a different girl, not Lauren. But regardless, I don't know. So, you know, we can sit here.
Can I ask $1 million question? What does my personal life, if it's consensual,
I'm just about to
personal life.
I'm just about to answer this. Okay.
Right. And the funny part about this is I want to hear what he just said. What does my personal life have to do with this? Well, Rich, what did my personal life have to do with anything you covered on your channel for the last 10 years? Yet you covered every aspect of my personal life. You watched every intrusive, privacy-breaking detractor video about me. You covered my bankruptcy. You covered WWE champions in the spending. You covered every possible moment that I ever did something that could become newsworthy. You covered it. So for a decade, you covered everyone else's dirty laundry that should have been their personal shit. But now that your personal shit's on the internet, why is it anyone's business? Because you made it their business with your actions for the last decade, you incredibly hypocritical piece of shit. That's why.
Okay. So listen, this is why this is important. All right. Because of hypocrisy, and the internet loves hypocrisy. On the ReviewTechUSA streams, RTU streams, there's a picture of Phil in the incident in the background, something that you keep on your monitor 24/7. But lo and behold, Rich is also a gooner who's sending videos of him jerking it off to women online. It's the hypocrisy why people care.
And the worst part about it is my incident, nothing is visible whatsoever. It's just a silly face being made, not even audio. And it was an accident. It wasn't something that was intentionally done and calculated. I said, I've consciously thought and decided to do this. Let's do it. It wasn't, it was a mistake. It was, completely accidental. Oops, the camera was on the whole time, right? He's chosen to make this video. He chose to send it. He still has it on his phone all these years later for some bizarre fucking reason. But somehow it was okay to make fun of me for 8 years. But now it's no one's business that this is happening to him, right? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What he's done or is doing is way worse than the one moment that was an accident that I had. I didn't choose to consciously do this. It was a mistake. It wasn't ever meant to be public. He made a video to give out to people.
Keem, how the hell do you compare someone breaking into my phone? And
Well, I don't know they broke into your phone.
Pictures to someone going, oh, the camera's on during my live stream, where people, it's a public space for people to watch, dude.
And even so, if that's a point that he's making, it doesn't matter. It's still an embarrassing moment. You shared mine for 8 years and made it the focal point of your streams because it made you feel better about yourself because you're a living embarrassment. Every moment you're streaming is the worst moment of your life, the most embarrassing moment you've ever had, correct? So every day when you turn on your stream, the clown show continues. But just because you have that moment on a screen behind, you feel good about yourself because someone had a bad moment. You got to remind yourself of that constantly, right? So now your bad moments are continuing and you're creating more every day. It's everyone's business to bring it up, Rich. It is, because you made it everyone's business to see my one moment for 8 years. Now it's everyone's business to bring up all of your moments. It's the ultimate payback and the ultimate justice. And you got to live with it now, bro. Like I said, it's your time in the firing line, and you set this up yourself for the last 10 years.
You don't know the difference. So someone broke into my phone and saw that I sent a picture of my dong, which I'm sure you've
So that's it. I mean, he's going to go in circles. Let's go to the very end. Now we can end this segment.
conversation.
It's the hypocrisy. All right? It's the bullshit from Rich. That's why people care. You know, you donate, say I'm slandering. Come to find out, I didn't slander anyone. I didn't lie about anything. All right? The video of him, beating it or whatever, it's like, bro, no one cares about it. The only reason why they care is because of the hypocrisy. You're obsessed with DSP. He's on a fucking little screen in the background of your stream of the incident. You're obsessed with that. You constantly bring it up. It had the date of when this happened to DSP in 2016. It had the date on it. He's obsessed with it. So, of course, come to find out now that there's a video of Rich doing the same thing, people are going to care. It's the hypocrisy.
If he had just kept his mouth shut or covered it like everyone else did, okay, it happened. And every once in a while, you casually mention it as a reference, right? No one would care about this shit right now. But the fact that this guy, he's the biggest case ever. Literally, ReviewTechUSA is the biggest case ever of you don't throw rocks if you live in a glass house, right? He, for 10 years, has been throwing rocks at everyone in every direction. You're bad, and you're bad, and here's your embarrassing moment, and here's your embarrassing moment. Meanwhile, his closet was filling to the brim with skeletons. The thing was, the door never opened until now. So now what's happened is the floodgates have opened, the door burst open, and all of this shit is coming and piling out all at once. And it's making him look like the biggest, worst hypocrite on the internet, which obviously is not good. All he has to do, literally all Rich has to do, is exactly what I told him last week, right? Just stop fucking streaming. Stop it, Rich. Just stop making content right now, because your content isn't content. You addressing all the drama is not content. He says it is. In that very conversation with Keemstar, Keem says, why do you keep streaming and talking about it? And he goes, oh, because it's good content for me. He doesn't understand that the content he's making is insanely harmful to himself and his family. He doesn't get it. He just thinks, oh, it's just content to make money with. Anything is better than nothing in his mind now. He doesn't get that there's like the level where it gets too bad, where you're shooting yourself in the foot, which is what he's doing now. He doesn't understand that. He legit doesn't. So I don't know how to help this man. It seems like no one can get through to him. Okay? No one can get through to this man. Even Keem, who's making the content. Keem is farming the content from Rich. and telling Rich stop, and then Rich keeps streaming anyway. Like, you can't make it up. It's insanity at this point. So here's the thing. I'm not going to be covering this every day. Like I said, every once in a while, maybe we'll get caught up with it. But the downward spiral just continues, man. You know, it does. And again, I legitimately don't want to hurt Rich at all. I want him to recover. But the only way he can recover is to stop streaming and making this content every day, which he's been doing now for like 2 weeks straight. He has to stop. He has to stop the bleeding, essentially. But now it's like in 1 week's time, it's like ex of his comes out and says a bunch of nasty stuff, but then he has to try to refute it. He tells Tipster a reason why he had to delete his Review Tech channel, says it has to be super secret, don't tell anyone. Then he self-doxes the information on his very stream. Then he's got this leak going on with the video, which is insanely hypocritical because he's made fun of me about this for 8 years, but now his is even worse. So it's like, what's next? He has to stop, you know? He really does. So anyway, yeah, that's what's going on with him. And again, there's nothing I can do about this guy to make him stop talking about me. There's nothing I can do to make him stop embarrassing himself. But I felt like for today, to get this out of the way now for the week, unless something other crazy happens later on in the week, maybe the end of the week we would cover it again. But I just wanted to get this out of the way. It's like a cumulative thing going on with him. It is what it is, and you judge for yourself. But, you know, again, I'm not wanting to hurt this man. He's hurting himself every day he turns his stream on. Because some people are like, why are you covering this? Well, because I'm involved. Even though I don't want to be involved, I'm involved. You hear my name is being brought up every fucking moment. And why is my name being brought up? Because he wouldn't shut up about me for 10 years. That's why. It's his fault that I'm involved in it now. And I get pulled into it all the time, even though I don't want to be. Okay? He's the one hurting himself, not me. I'm not hurting him. This segment right now is just factually covering what happened and me trying to give the guy advice, which he's not taking. Okay? Again, Rich, the best advice I can give you, turn the fucking stream off. Get your mental self together in the next month. Get off the drugs. Spend some time with your family. Find a way to make revenue that's not destroying yourself and your family on the internet. All right? This is not content you're making. It's sick stuff at this point. Like, so self-deprecating. It's insane at this point. This is like worse than boogie level shit at this point. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else to say. He's got to help himself. So, my hands are clean. As you know, I've had no involvement in any of this shit, thankfully. It's all going down outside of the realm of anything I'm controlling or doing. I had no interaction with it. I told you, since he said he wasn't going to be on my podcast, he bitched out. That's the last time I spoke with this guy. And I'm done talking to him. I have nothing else to say to him directly. But man, it would be amazing if he had a comeback. I think the comeback story would be better than the failure story. Because at this point now, it's just the downward spiral is going for weeks. And it's like, we want a redemption story, right? Redemption arcs are much better than failure arcs. Seriously. My redemption story this year was much more interesting than all the years where it's just stupid shit that people are making fun of me for. So that's what we want, but I guess we'll see, right? I hope we can turn it around. All right. Anyway, guys, so I have one contribution to shout out, but I don't even know if it's legit. Let me take a look here. Someone tipped me $1. First tip of the day. Do your best impression of ReviewTechUSA. I mean, I would have to... How could I even do that? I'd have to get the bodysuit out, and I'd have to get on THC. You know, there's so many things that I have to do to transform myself to even have like a half impression of ReviewTechUSA. Yet he thinks he can make fun of me. That's the bizarre part about it all. Is that he legit thinks that he can like punch down on Phil. Like, what are you doing? I mean...
You got some idiot named DSP who's a total piece of shit, by the way. I like to get that on YouTube.